and gentlemen, hello, 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 and a hello, and a hello. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Line Radio on Talk 99.5 on this Thursday. Yes, it is. It's Thursday, which it's actually going to be my last day of the week. I'm off tomorrow and Monday, as you know by now. And then we'll be back at it, man. We will be back at it. AJ filling in today for the John Bird, but he got stuck in traffic, so I'm gonna hammer him about that when he gets in.
Yeah, apparently a big old stalled truck, he said.
Yeah, that old gang, the big old stalled truck.
That'll do it every time.
Yeah. No, actually, when he hit me up, I looked at the traffic map and I was like, "Oh yeah, that is pretty nasty backup." I'll tell you, here's what I do now. So it's funny because the other day, I think maybe this was Tuesday. It was whatever night. Oh, it was Monday. So you remember we had those bad storms Sunday night, early Monday morning,
Oh, yeah. And then it
and
turned into snow.
yeah, and then so that storm knocked my power out at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, well, okay, maybe it'll be back up and going when I get up because they're gonna have power and internet and everything else to be able to put the show together. Because I put the show together from my office because I've got the tools I need for everything. And I wake up, power's still not on. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So I was like, I don't have a choice but to just come up here and do it to the best of my abilities. It's a lot harder for me to do, but I can do it. And so I hit the road about, I don't know, it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I'm like, dude, this traffic is ridiculous. Do people drive in this every day during rush hour?
Yeah,
Like
unfortunately.
7, 8 o'clock? I don't understand. I mean, if I would, I don't know what I'd do if I had to drive in that every day. I'd just pull over and jump off an overpass because that was enough to drive. I'm like, "Dude, what are y'all doing?" Like, everybody's driving crazy, everybody's slowing down, and it's not for me, man.
Yeah, on those rare occasions, I'll get caught out like an afternoon rush hour just because I was doing things.
Yeah.
I'm the same way as you. I'm like, how do people live in this stuff?
No,
Because we're
dude.
so off that schedule, you know?
Yeah. No, I can't do it. I have to. I'm gonna stick with leaving my house at 9:30 in the morning, and that traffic. While there is, there's a little bit of traffic at that time. I mean, it's not near what it's like at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Like I don't want nothing to do with that, cause that's bad. That's bad. I don't want it. I don't want to deal with it. It's too much for me. I got enough stress. I got enough anxiety. I don't need that added to it. So, but yeah, we'll all be back to normal on Tuesday, and we'll see how that goes. I don't have any big plans or anything. But who knows? Maybe something will pop up. I do got a lot to get to today, which we will make that happen. We do have a Hey Now roll call. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, and also I believe that the president is meeting in moments with the Japanese prime minister, and I think they may have just put out a statement on everything that's going on. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but we may bring you a little bit of that. We won't go too far with it, but we'll just see if there's anything of substance. Also, maybe an update from, let's see. Oh, we still got the worldwide threats hearing that was going on yesterday with, I believe, Tulsi Gabbard and Ratcliffe and Cash Patel. That's right. The three of them and a couple others from the intelligence community were were in that hearing. So Anyway, hey now roll call. Let me get that out of the way real quick. Let's see who we got on the early bird side. We've got Rob and Ron and Rusty and Peyton, which puts in the number 1 spot today. The one and only Bubba Rumble. Hey now. Look at that. Hey now.
I wasn't sure if you had like any horns or anything for that.
Well, we do, and since you just got in, I was like, I'm not gonna harass him about it. He's probably got to get his bearings about him as you just walked in the door. I know how it is. I try not to hassle producers too much if they're in a rush.
Well, I mean, it's fine. I just gotta look for it. I don't know. I'm assuming that it says it, right?
Well, there's a drum roll that is followed by like a cymbal crash celebration thing, but I don't know what it's called. So if you find it, we'll just redo it. Who cares?
Okay.
We'll just pretend like we didn't do it. But I don't know what it's labeled. Let's see. Number 2, Leslie, and number 3, Scott. And you got Jay and Maggie, Mark E, Mike from Canada, Gene, Grumpy Old Goat, Rick. You got Bo and Dwayne, Neil, Trent, Chicken Lady, Dr. McReady, Patty, Joe, Michelle, Michael, Christy, Tracy M, and another Tracy. And a Drew and a Dixter and everybody. By the way, I gotta say, I gotta apologize to Boomer, who dropped us off a cake. He dropped me and Bird off a cake at O'Sherry Island Pub on St. Patty's Day. I guess because he couldn't be there, he just wanted to be like, hey, here's a cake or whatever, which is fine. And it was so busy on St. Patty's Day that I couldn't really. I felt bad for asking, like, can y'all go find this cake for me? And so I kind of left it there. But hopefully the people that work there enjoyed the cake. And thank you, Boomer. I'm sure the cake was delicious. And I'm sure he'll be getting me another one. So anyway, what's new in your world, AJ? We haven't been together in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You're not Leland?
I'm not Leland.
Oh man, what am I doing here? Like, what the heck is going on?
Well, you're here.
Am I not Bird either?
No.
Oh my goodness.
You're here early.
I'm here super early. Well, technically I'm normally here, but I'm not like in this room.
Oh yeah. Well, that's true. I do see you out in the hallways.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to do other stuff, but everything on my end it's been pretty good, man. Just enjoying fatherhood, son. Recently turned 5, baby girls. Now, okay, so I used to have this beef when people used to talk about their kids, right? They'll be like, oh, my son is 18 months or 22 months. Now I catch myself doing that. I like my baby girl, she just turned 15 months, right?
Yeah.
Instead of me just saying, I used to be like, why don't you just say a year old? Like, why don't you just say she's 1? I'm like, no, she's 15 months. She's not just technically 1. So I catch myself doing that. So I apologize to all those who I used to, give them a side eye when I used to say that. Because now I'm saying that now too.
I think the progression of how much a kid changes over that time period from a newborn to say 2 or 3 years old, that it's too broad to say 1 or 2 for some people, because like you can say a 1-year-old, then people can picture a certain kid in their mind, but if you say 15 months, then they picture a different kind of kid in their mind.
Right, well, because when I do say 1, because I'll be like, because then the next comment is, dang, that baby's big for a 1-year-old. Like, we trying to say about my kid. Like, we trying to say, you trying to call my kid fat?
That's a big ass 1-year-old.
It's a big ass baby. Like, dang, that's a big old baby. Like, what the hell? What are you trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
Like, are you hating on my? Are you fat shaming my kid? Like, what are you saying?
So maybe it is important to specify, because you don't want your kid to start off being fat shamed before they can even speak.
Well, baby will have an eating disorder.
Yeah, your baby's got an eating disorder about 4 years old. Won't even take their food. So It's already a battle once they get a certain age because all they want to eat is chicken fingers and fries. But
Yeah, or dirt or anything else that's on
Yeah.
the floor that looks edible. Yeah.
that's very true. Very true. All right, so Bubba Rumble, I got you. Give me that song and we'll get you hooked up. We got a lot of stuff to get through. I got some random stuff I want to throw out on the front end, which we'll get on the other side. If you want to get in, 205-545-9950. Also, Damian Mitchell coming in at some point. We'll see what he has to say and more on this edition of The Line. All right, so I dropped the ball for Bubba Rumble. I was supposed to get a song ready and I didn't. I completely forgot. I got distracted, but I got him on the other side. So I got you, buddy. Don't you worry. I got you, buddy. All right, so hearings in the House right now, and Trump going to talk to the Japanese Prime Minister soon. We'll see what comes of that. Probably won't go long form with it, but we'll see what pops off. I gotta say, and this all happened this morning. Y'all know how like on Facebook, if you look at a particular ad on Facebook, like if there's something that pops up and it's kind of enticing to you, or at least you're curious about it, and you kind of spend like maybe 30 seconds looking at it, or you even click the link. The next thing you know, those type of ads start popping up one after another in your feed, and you can't get rid of them. Like it's almost like every ad is related to that. It's that product, maybe not that exact product, but similar products from different brands and blah 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 blah. So I had this one thing pop up this morning, and it was called beef liver, and it was like these capsules, and it was talking about, oh, if your liver takes a beating, over time, and you do this and you do that, and it's because it loses its nutrients and blah 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 blah. But if you take beef liver, it replenishes those nutrients, and we sell beef liver capsules. So, you take 2 of these capsules a day, and it gives your liver back the nutrients that it needs to keep working the way it needs to work or whatever. And of course, I don't know anything about this. I'm just taking this social media video's word on it. But I am interested. I'm like, okay, maybe a beef liver, they're like, oh, back in ancient times, they used to say life gives life. So if you eat liver, then it will help your liver, blah, blah, blah. And of course it's showing like an AI video of like Indians like out in the wilderness eating liver. And I'm like, well, that seems legit, right? And so then I have all these beef liver ads popping up. And now all of a sudden there's these competing ads that are like, don't take beef liver. It's like, take reindeer liver. Because beef liver has got all kinds of metals in it. But reindeer liver is pure. So I'm kind of in this weird spot where I was legitimately thinking about buying some beef liver capsules. But now Facebook's telling me the reindeer liver capsules are better.
Okay, first of all, hold on. Why are you getting your medical information from Facebook?
I don't know. The problem was I clicked on one beef liver ad, and now all my ads are about beef liver.
Right.
But then about 30 minutes ago, it's like, don't eat beef liver, do reindeer liver. And the ad was being promoted by Mark Henry, which is
Are
just
you
like
sure it's really Mark Henry?
Yeah, it's really him. Now maybe he was photoshopped into this, but it's
Does
really
Mark
him.
Henry know he's a part of this?
I don't know. Maybe that's maybe not.
advertisement.
But I'm like, well, if Mark Henry's saying that reindeer liver's better, then that just gives me even more reason to believe it because I like Mark Henry. So I'm in this weird spot now of, am I about to order a bottle of reindeer liver capsules in order to make sure my liver?
So you about to eat Rudolph?
I guess. I don't know.
You don't eat Rudolph's liver?
I mean, I've heard of like reindeer antler spray and stuff working real good, and I don't know. I've heard things, and I don't even know what they mean, but I see these ads, and I'm like, I think I should try that. Because it's one of those things where you never really heard it before, People never talked about, if like when you were younger, you drank all the time, and you were partying and all that, and your liver took a beating. So now, if you take this kind of reverse some of that damage that you did to your liver over time. And I'm like, it sounds like a good idea.
So you're the reason why we have to take all these corporate email phishing.
Well, I did click on one of those the other day, actually.
You're the reason why we have to.
I'm not. I think John
Does your wife appreciate you buying random stuff off of Facebook?
Oh, no, she doesn't. She's the one that does that. I never buy it. I just think about buying it. I don't actually buy it. But But Bird's the reason we have to do the phishing email, which I did click on one the other day, literally like 4 or 5 days ago. I think it was last weekend. An email came in, and it was like, "You've received a Google document from Valerie Viney."
Oh my gosh.
And
you
I was like,
learn because they said if you ever get something that's
and well, I see Val and I had been talking about something recently that made me believe that there is a possibility she was sending me a Google document. So,
well, Val will come and talk to you and tell you. Hey,
well,
check your email.
Yeah, sometimes she will, but usually it's on the backside, and it happens so fast. Like it popped up, and I was like, "What a document? That's not good." Bloop, and I clicked it.
So your anxiety got
I thought I was in trouble.
Yeah.
I thought I got in trouble for something.
And now you did get in trouble because you clicked on
And I did get in trouble because I clicked on something that I thought I was in trouble for. So, anyway, I go back and look at it, and it's like you received a Google document, but it's an external thing, which makes it seem like she did it. She sent it from Google. You know what I'm saying? At the bottom, listen, at the bottom, it's got her actual Cumulus email.
But it says external though.
With the bottom, yeah, it's got the whole thing.
Did you see where the sender came from? It was like
no, the sender came from like Google.com / a bunch of different things. But I'm saying
it's like Google Docs - yo mama -xjy12385 at gmail.com. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, it was something like that. And so at the bottom, it said, "This document comes from Valerie, Val's work email address, the right email address." But then under it's got the big disclaimer that says this comes from outside the organization. And I thought, well, that's probably because she sent it from Google, like her Google account or whatever. But I clicked it, and then a page popped up, and it was like this big red hand, and I was like, oh, God. And I quickly cut it off.
The damage is already done.
I don't know. I haven't gotten an email saying that I got to take extra training, so maybe I cut it off.
No, because everybody and their mama, everybody, the whole building now is going to have to take something because you and Bird be deciding to
we do have
emails.
We do have March training that I had to do the other day.
Which is basically on this stuff that you just told you not to do.
But I did that after I clicked the email. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to have to do a separate one, but I am wondering, did I click, when I pulled up the page, did I swipe it off quick enough? Because I did it in a panic. I'm like, maybe I swiped it off quick enough to where.
It's like the 5-second rule.
Yeah.
Like you drop something on the ground, you got 5 seconds before.
And then Joe Cumulus looks, and he's like, oh, well, he swiped it off in 5 seconds, so he's good. We're not going to punish him for that. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see if I get that dreaded email saying, Andrew McLean, you clicked on a phishing email. You got to do more trading. I ended up with like a bunch of texts of people telling me to don't eat liver organ or don't eat animal organs. So apparently that's not a good idea.
You know, it's funny that you said it because, like, you know, when my wife was pregnant, that was one of the things to boost up her iron. They said eating, you take the capsules of the beef liver. Oh,
really?
We have somebody who does training. Probably tell you what.
Yeah, ask Darian. Should I be taking beef liver?
He's about to walk up in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a lot easier.
I just I'm just gonna figure out.
Do you have low iron?
No, I don't think so. I think all my blood work was good, except my cholesterol was a little high.
Mm-hmm.
But I just needed to. I was just wondering because the ads were so convincing. So
Right.
it was basically saying like if you'd done a bunch of damage to your liver back in the day, that this is good for you. So that's all I'm wondering.
Okay. Oh.
But everything else seems to be fine.
Well, as we got somebody crashing into the wall.
Man, come on now.
We don't want you to fall through the window.
And please, that's the last thing I need at this point right now.
So, beef liver, should I be taking it?
You know, I would read the back of the label like our good friend Rhonda Dow says on the weekends. Herbal Homestead, 3 to 5 Saturdays here on Talk 995. I would read the back of that label. But personally, are you trying to clean out your system or are you trying to get some protein?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just saw the ad, and it's like it gives your liver the nutrients.
He just saw Mark Henry. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's Mark Henry."
And the world's strongest man.
That's kind of it. Yeah.
That's right. He just got done. He just went to go to this wrestling match. Him and John Bird, and I guess he's looking into doing bringing the line to the ring.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be wrestling.
You should.
No,
Yeah.
I'll be a manager.
You be a man. You be Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get in the
Paulie
ring.
boy.
I don't even think I'm gonna get involved. I think I'm just gonna let Bird do it.
See, like my dad used to do wrestling when he was in the military. When he wrestled in Japan.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's real wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was actually
Boy.
that was his role as he was the bad guy, but he was also the manager of the other wrestlers.
So he was like Paul Heyman. Basically.
Yeah.
You need to. Did you ever do one of those Japanese death matches?
I don't know. That was way before my time. I was just
Wow.
a twinkle in his eye at that time. But from some of the pictures I've seen, and it was always they always had to be the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just curious as to whether or not I should.
Are you trying to bulk up?
No, well, I mean, actually, I started taking, I do Mandu, and so I started taking my protein like I'm supposed to after workouts.
Yes.
I had not been doing that because I don't eat during the day. I do 1 meal a day, and so I fast all day.
Okay.
And my thought process was if I take protein after my workout, then I'm breaking my fast. But then it's kind of like, well, I'm not building muscle if I'm not doing protein.
So the thing is, and the reason why it's important to take protein after the workout is because you're constantly tearing your muscles.
Mhm.
Like every work, especially if you're doing a push-pull concept type day, every time you do a certain type of a compound exercise, you're tearing and shredding those muscles. The protein comes back in your system, and that's why they say take it 30 minutes, at least 30 to 45 minutes post-workout, because now it gets into your system, and it's like mending the muscle back. So as it tears, it catches the protein, and when it comes back, it grows.
Is it within the 30 minutes?
Yeah, within. So let's say you end the work. Let's say it's 10:39. Let's say if me and you was training, and let's say we went for an hour, and I got you done like at 11, I would tell you, honestly, as soon as you walking out the gym, get you a shake. But if you don't have it like that, let's say you was going home, that'd be the first thing I would do is try to at least by 11, no later than 11:45.
Well, I was doing it. I was doing it right after.
So yeah, that's good. Yeah, and that's good. As long as you bring that shake with you. See, for myself, I drink 2 shakes a day sometimes. So I don't necessarily have to necessarily do it that way because I already got the protein in my system from that morning.
Yeah.
But as we have former Birmingham Southern wide receiver, so he knows about eating that peanut butter and jelly sandwich after practice and after workouts.
I was force fed peanut butter. That's why I don't eat it to this day.
You don't even like peanut butter. Don't even say peanut butter.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
I gained let's see, my freshman year, I came in at like 147 by the end of the fall.
147.
Yeah, I was small.
Come on, David Mitchell.
when I-
Come on, Maplesville's
And then
finest.
when I got the end of my freshman year, like the entire year, I was like 164.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I put it on. I put it on.
He put
It
in
looked
that work.
good though.
Yeah.
It
Hey, he
looked
was out there
good.
yoked up, boy.
Oh yeah, but nah, I can't
Taking them
stand,
punts back.
I cannot
You can't
stand
stand
peanut butter.
So peanut butter is my best friend. Like I
Oh.
had my smoothie this morning, and it was a simple smoothie. I did peanut butter, granola. I put Cheerios in mine,
Okay.
for the fiber purposes, and some fruit and some almond milk.
Okay.
And I mix in a little pre-workout because I'm using the essential pre-workout. I'm
Mhm.
trying to cut my stomach up, and it's actually helped me
Really?
get my stomach down.
Andrew just sit here like,
I just
I
want to.
just
I just
wanna
want to
know
know
about
about beef
this.
liver.
And I'm telling you, there's other ways. Like, be careful with that stuff. You have to read the back of the label, Andrew, because if not, you'll be getting the benefits of the protein, but we don't know. One, we don't know if they sticking any type of illegal supplements in that bad boy. We don't know what it's going to do to your kidneys, to your liver.
so
Well, and they're not going to let me read the back of the label until I order it.
Yeah, it's over with.
I might have to take one for the team.
Yeah,
just-
you might
I
have to take one
order
for the team.
and
You gonna
just to order one just so I can read the back of the label
you
because
gonna
they don't
have-
put that in the ad.
he's gonna have an oxtail growing out of him.
Right.
Yeah.
An extra hemorrhoid.
I'll order one and then I'll bring it to the show.
Right.
Either-
Hey, look, if John Bird takes it and he survives, then you know it's good.
Well, yeah, that's what I can
Hey,
do.
man, John Bird is the man of
ta-
steel,
he's
though.
he's your taster or a tester.
That's true. I don't
Yeah.
even need to read the label.
No,
I'll
just give
get
it to him.
Yeah, I'll order one, give it to Bird.
He don't even ask you like where it's coming from. He's like, okay. And
Yeah,
he'll just
he
take
don't
it.
care. He takes a bunch of supplements anyway, so. I'll
And
just throw it on
supplements
it.
are good. Don't get me wrong, but I would have preferred you said like you was taking Mega Men or you was taking the one-a-day supplements or whatever. Just I would be weary on those things because a lot of those, like the beef and liver stuff, that's all gonna help if you're doing a certain style of exercise.
Well, he just wants to know, should he do reindeer liver or beef liver?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. My wife just texted me. She told me she locked the debit card, so it's all
So well, there we go.
problem solved.
Problem solved. End of the conversation.
I'll just stick with the shakes. It's fine. That's all I'm gonna do. Case closed. But I was just curious because Mark Henry was he said that the beef liver capsules were bad. Well, he didn't say it. Whoever photoshopped him in that picture on Facebook said it, and that reindeer liver was the way to go. It's got much more than it was. It was about, and I don't remember. It listed 3 different nutrients that your liver needs, and I don't remember what the 3 were. I think one of them was copper, but it was like iron and
You need
something,
iron.
something.
You need omega-3 because the omega-3 is the fish oil that will help detoxify the liver.
Yeah, that's what it was kind of going at. It was
Yes.
talking about detoxifying. So, but anyway, that was it. That's what I needed to know. Damien, what's up, buddy?
What's happening, homie?
I can't see you. I
Yeah.
actually,
And
it's funny.
the crazy thing is, I lifted the chair up and I still can't get over it.
Just
I'm cool.
keep peeking over the top of that.
Come
Yeah.
on,
screen.
Damien.
Five
We're
Come
gonna
seconds.
get
on,
ready to
man.
get y'all switched out, so it's all good.
It's actually, if you look at Damien, it's his body with my head on it because my face is on this screen that I'm looking at that he's directly behind.
Yeah.
Which is a weird sight. It's a weird sight for me.
Yeah.
So what's how's life been, man?
It's been smooth.
Yeah?
Yeah?
It's been smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You made your Wheel of Fortune
Not
debut.
yet.
Come
Monday.
on now.
Monday.
Hey, Monday. Come on now. Shout
Next
out to
Monday.
Damien Mitchell.
Appreciate it. Nah, it was I had to keep it under wraps, man, because legally, like they do not play.
Mm.
I had to sign a bunch of waivers, pretty much, give them everything but my birth certificate.
Well, I asked you to if you want to come in here and talk about it, and you said yes. I was surprised by that because I figured you'd be like, no.
I mean, I
there
just
ain't
can't give any details on the game, but
I figured you'd be like, there ain't no way I'm coming in there to even remotely talk
No,
about
I
that.
talked about it when I
he
announced
can.
it.
I
on
mean,
Monday.
know
that's why
it.
that's why he's
Yeah.
able to post the picture.
But
Right.
I pry too much.
It was just a disclaimer for me, big dog. This is not AI.
I had to make sure. I had to let them know, like, this is real.
Was
This
it was
is
the
real.
game as when we watch it on TV, it seems like we know the answers. Is it different being on set and with the lights and the is Pat Sajak still there or is it
Ryan
someone-
Seacrest.
Ryan
It's Seacrest.
Seacrest.
Yeah.
Vanessa, Vanna White.
Yeah.
Is it like that whole atmosphere different when you're trying to solve this problem on TV and you got so much time to
Kind of,
to
sort
solve
of.
it?
It's the fact that, like, like when you're watching it on TV, you can go on anybody's turn. So you can, if you know it, you can, it depends on where you are and as far as the rotation. But when you're there, it's a little different because there's one puzzle I knew it and it wasn't my turn, so it's like, man, I hope not to wish any ill will on somebody else's playing, but it was like,
come on now.
I was like, if they get lose a turn, they messed up. Like you done messed up.
Hey,
Right.
But no, I will say like playing football. I'm used to the crowd and the lights, and then working in this business too. Like we got cameras on us at all times, so it's.
yeah.
I was comfortable. Like once I got into my groove, I was cooking.
Yeah.
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 But it was fun though, man. It was a surreal experience because I mean, one, just like the lead up to it, and the hardest part was not telling anybody. Like the only person I knew was my fiance. Like she was the only person I was in
she had to
contact
know where you
with.
were going.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's different. That's for other purposes. Yeah.
She's like, where you going to Cali for? Like,
Right. So I get like all through the process, it was just me and her. And
What's your mama say?
oh, she was ecstatic.
I already know.
Like it was like I told her in the beginning. So here's how it all happened. I was just literally just watching TV mindlessly, was just flipping through channels. And I watched like the last 5 to 10 minutes of a Wheel of Fortune episode. And they always have like the link of like, hey, if you want to have a chance of being a contestant, like just go to here. And I was like, all right, cool. Like I ain't got nothing going on. So like, let me see. And this was like in June of last year. Like this was a long process. So I did that, didn't think anything of it. It was more of we'll reach out to you if you get selected.
Yeah.
So this, like a couple weeks go by, we're in like right before the beginning of football season. I get an email from like one of the showrunners, and they're like, hey, you've been selected. Can you hop on the Zoom call?
You didn't do what Andrew did. Did you verify the email first to make sure it wasn't like a phishing email?
I clicked on a phishing email the other day.
Oh, you got cooked.
You got cooked, man.
cooked.
All right.
Once
That's
I saw
why we
it
take
was
all them
Sony.
tests.
Once I saw it was Sony, I was like, all right, yeah, like okay, this may have some
Legit.
legs to it.
Yeah.
So I did that. Hopped on a Zoom call. It was basically a 5-minute meet and greet of just what do you do for a living? Why'd you get into Wheel of Fortune? I was like, literally, I just
watching it.
I watch it casually. Like I
Yeah.
grew up watching it. It was kind of cool. And again, it was one of those we'll reach out to you.
Yeah.
Like check email. Like, okay, cool. So it was a couple weeks after the SEC championship. I got an email requesting me to get to another Zoom call to actually play a mock round on Zoom. I was like, okay, like this is starting to get a little serious.
real.
Yeah. So we did that. That was probably like 30 minutes. And like I said, the process, we'll reach out to you and figure it all out. And then the last email I got was kind of the end of January, right after the national championship. They told me, hey, your tape day is February the 6th. You have 48 hours to confirm or deny if you're going to be in attendance.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Man.
Did they pay for your flight?
No. You got to pay for your trip out there. But everything else they take care of.
Okay.
They take care of you. The only thing is you got to get out there. Once you get out there, everything else is
Everything's
taken
on
care
them.
of.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I convey I'm starting to learn the marriage thing. Like the first thing I did was call my wife and say, hey, yo, this is real now. Like, I know we got a wedding coming up, but
Come on, yeah, we had tickets.
tickets only, plane flight to LAX is, and she was like, we got to do this. I was like, oh, say no
That's
more.
right.
Say
She go
no
with
more.
you?
No, she wasn't able to get off work in time.
I got you.
Dang.
Yeah, nah, but her presence was felt though. Her
I'm sure
presence
it was.
felt.
Yeah.
Too busy defending America's freedom
yeah.
against Iran.
So-
I'm on
Wheel
the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
Such a big job.
So once I did that, confirmed it, they let me know, hey, this is the date you're taping. Get out here. Went out there.
How many days?
I was only there for 2. I was there for
Okay.
2. I flew in. Was that Friday the 5th? The airing. The taping was on the 6th, and knocked it out. I was on the plane heading back on that Saturday night, man.
How about
Nice.
that?
It was crazy, bro.
Let me just, because we're getting behind, let me go ahead and take this break. We'll come back on the other side. By the way, live at the White House, Donald Trump speaking with the Japanese Prime Minister. He's got the whole cabinet there. We'll keep our eye on that and see what happens there. More of the line coming up right after this. All right, here we go. As I stated, Trump meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister in the Oval Office right now, and they're just kind of talking. Actually, she's making comments, and they're using a translator and all that kind of stuff. And they're just exchanging niceties and going back and forth and talking about the strong alliance and everything else. And so we'll get to it once Donald Trump starts taking questions from the press. We'll get into that. Damien, you still on track to get married? Everything good? Take that monitor and just push it down. Yeah, there you go. I have to bring it up because I need it lined up with the camera. So when I'm looking at myself, I look like I'm looking at the camera.
10-4.
What's up with your love life? I'm very fascinated with that.
Everything's still going according to plan, as far as I know.
Everything's good. Oh, okay. Well, Trump's taking questions right now. We got about 5 minutes until the top of the hour. Let's go to that for a moment.
平井手などの支援に関して、その点について今の状況に満足していらっしゃいますか?
We're going to be speaking about it today. We've had tremendous support and relationship with Japan on everything, and I believe that based on statements that were given to us yesterday, the day before yesterday, having to do with Japan, they are really stepping up to the plate. Yes.
非常に素晴らしい支援を受けていると思います。おとといのコメントから、日本からはそれに対して非常に力強いメッセージを得ていると私は思っています。
Unlike NATO.
NATO とは全く違いますね。
Please.
Mr. President, do you intend to lift sanctions on Iranian oil, and do you intend to potentially put U.S. troops or more troops in the region?
No, I'm not putting troops anywhere. If I were, I certainly wouldn't tell you. But I'm not putting troops, and we will do whatever is necessary to keep the price as low. I actually thought when I did this, look, the Dow just hit 50,000 a couple of weeks ago. They said that couldn't happen for 4 years. It wouldn't happen in my term. It's such an outrageous thing because I said it would happen. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast, but it just hit 50,000, and we did that in 1 year, not 4. S&P had just hit 7,000. They said that was even more impossible than the Dow hitting 50, and we did that in 1 year. So it was all done. Everything was going great. The economy was great. Oil prices were very low. Gasoline was dropping to, we had $1.99, $1.85. We had great everything. And I saw what was happening in Iran, and I said, I hate to make this excursion, but we're going to have to do it. And I actually thought the numbers would be worse. I thought that it would go up more than it did. But we're doing this excursion, and when it's completed, we're going to have a much safer world. And the Prime Minister agrees with me on this. She considers it to be terrible what Iran did. I think every country does, just about every country does. Iran is a serious threat to the world, to the Middle East and to the world. And everybody agrees with me. I think virtually every country agrees with me on that. So I wanted to put out that fire. And I said, if I do that, oil prices will go up, the economy will go down a little bit. I thought it would be worse, much worse, actually. I thought there was a chance it could be much worse. It's not bad, and it's going to be over with pretty soon. We've obliterated their Navy. We've obliterated their just about everything there is to obliterate, including leadership. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft equipment is gone. We're flying wherever we want, Pete. We have nobody even shooting at us. They have, and as you know, their leadership is gone. Their leaders are gone. They pick new leaders, they're gone. They pick new leaders, they're gone. And now they're looking for new leaders again. We can take out the island if anytime we want. I call it the little oil island that sits there, so totally unprotected. And we've taken out everything but the pipes. We left the pipes because to rebuild the pipes would take years for them to do. But I would say we are substantially ahead of schedule. And I had to do this. I call it an excursion. I had to take this little excursion and do something that no other president had the courage to do. And everybody wanted to do it, but they never had the courage to do it. And I don't blame them. I'm not blaming them. It was left to me, and we've done a great job. Our military is incredible. We have an incredible military. We have the strongest military in the world by far. We have the greatest equipment in the world by far. In fact, Japan buys our equipment. buys a lot of it, and we're honored by that. And that's one of the things we'll be talking. They want to buy a lot of the military equipment. So it's just an honor to have the Prime Minister. We've had a tremendous relationship. Okay.
You're listening to Talk 99.5 WZRR Birmingham.
I have to go first before you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Just very good. I tell you, she's good. I mean, it's so nice that we don't have to sit through. No, it's very good. I haven't picked up your language, so the next time you come, I'll have your language mastered. All right, go ahead.
The war is almost over. Why is the Pentagon going to ask Congress for an additional $200 billion?
Well, we're asking for a lot of reasons beyond even what we're talking about in Iran. This is a very volatile world, and the military equipment, the power of some of this weaponry is unthinkable. You don't even want to know about it. Oh, you could end this thing in 2 seconds if you wanted to, but we are being very judicious. What we want to do, don't forget, Biden gave away, I rebuilt the military in my first term. Biden gave away so stupidly to Afghanistan a lot. He didn't want to move it. He was too lazy, too stupid to move it. But it was a very small amount. It was a lot, but it was very small relative to what I purchased and what I built. We want to have vast amounts of ammunition, which we have right now. We have a lot of ammunition, but it was taken down by giving so much to Ukraine. They gave so much. You know, Biden gave $350 billion worth of cash and military equipment to Ukraine, and he didn't rebuild anything. Fortunately, we have a lot. We have a tremendous, unlimited supply of what you'd call middle and upper middle armaments and military equipment, munitions, armaments, but munitions in particular. At the high end, we have a lot, but we're preserving it. We don't really need it. But we're building, our manufacturers of military equipment are building at a level they've never seen before, they've never done before. Pete's in charge of it with all of us, really. But Pete's been very strong on it. The general and Pete, myself, the whole group. And Raytheon is building 4 factories. Lockheed is building 5 or 6 factories, and they're building them fast, because we had a very tough meeting with them. They were going out and buying back stock for $51 billion in one case. They spent $51 billion buying back stock. Now they're not allowed to do that. And they are now building a tremendous, there's never been anything like it, what's taking place right now. So we're in very good shape, but we want to be in the best shape we've ever been in. We were that, you know, when I rebuilt the military, we were in great shape, and then Biden blew it, and he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And if you listen to the Democrats, they don't even want to have a military. Now you see how important it is. But we have the strongest military in the world. We have the best equipment. We make by far the best equipment. The other night, they had 114 rockets shot at a certain location. And out of 100 highly sophisticated rockets, out of 114 sophisticated rockets, every single one of them was shot down with our equipment, all our equipment. It's amazing, actually, how good it is. So we want to be sure, and it's a small price to pay to make sure that we stay tippy-top.
Mr. President, you said... The Treasury Secretary this morning said there were defections among Iranian leadership. Are you aware of that, and is there anybody the U.S. can work with as a leader going forward?
Well, we have a man named the Treasury Secretary here, so maybe he wants to discuss it. Does anybody know? Do you know who he is? Central Casting.
Yeah, so Ed, we are seeing the defections at all levels as they're starting to sense what's going on with the regime. It doesn't get reported here in the U.S. very well, but you know we are trouncing them from the air, and the regime will probably collapse within itself. At Treasury, we've seen where they've wired their money out of the country. We're coming for that. We're going to get it back to the Iranian people.
Mr. President, seeing defections?
Israel.
There's a lot of military defections also. You have a lot of military defections in Iran. I don't blame them.
Thank you, Mr. President. Have you talked to Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields?
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. You know, we do We're independent, we get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
And the last one, if I could, the Fed chairman told me yesterday that he plans to stay until a new Fed chairman is confirmed, and he also plans to stay on the board until the investigation of the Federal Reserve is done.
Well, he's under investigation because he's building a building for hundreds of billions of dollars more than it's supposed to cost. The building you see over there is under budget and ahead of schedule. That's the ballroom. The ballroom is a much bigger building. It's a much more complex building than what he's doing, and it's at a fraction of the cost. Something is going on, whether it's contractors. That's what I do best in the world. I build great buildings. I've always done it, and I build them under budget and ahead of schedule. They could have $4 billion. This is a renovation job for $4 billion. And if you look at the building, it's not even, I don't know if Kevin Warsh is ever going to be able to move into it. It's been under construction for years. It's the most expensive building ever built. Now, I know it's gross incompetent because I happen to think he's grossly incompetent. Today, certainly you should be lowering interest rates, all right? Certainly, who would not lower them? But he's stubborn, and he's got Trump derangement syndrome. But a lot of people have that, you know. It's not a curable disease. But he's also building, he should be lowering rates immediately. But he won't do that because he's a stubborn, incompetent person, and that's a bad thing. You know, when you're stubborn and incompetent, I think it's the worst combination. And he's also not a smart person. But he's building a complex over there that's under his jurisdiction. He started it, and it's out of control. It's billions of dollars for a little building. I could have done that building and made it beautiful for $25 million. $25 million, and it would have been beautiful. Look what I've done at the White House, fixing it up. And I mean, the place was in bad shape. You see the floors and everything. It was in bad shape. I could have made that building beautiful for $25 million. They're spending $4 billion. All right, so there is criminality. Maybe it's with the contractor, but because I know more about contractors than any human being maybe that's ever lived. But that contractor is a very rich man. Whoever the contractor is, and we know, but whoever the contractor is an extremely rich man. He's going to make. I mean, he could make millions of dollars. I'm hearing numbers from $3 to $4 billion. That would make it the most expensive building on a square foot basis ever built in history. And you're not even building a building, it's a renovation. The exterior skin is staying, the steel is staying, the structure. So all I want to do is bring out to the public that this guy is an incompetent. He's a very incompetent guy. And he may be a dishonest guy, but somebody's dishonest because there's no way that building could be $3 to $4 billion.
Mr. President,
thank you.
Please.
Mr. President, you just mentioned Japan.
This looks like one of your people right here.
Thank you.
Is he good or bad? Good, is he a good reporter or bad? You know?
So.
Not all right, he looks like a nice guy. Go ahead.
Mr. President, you just mentioned Japan is stepping up. What kind of support do you expect from Japan in the future?
Look, I expect Japan to step up because, you know, we have that kind of relationship, and we step up for Japan. We have 45,000 soldiers in Japan. We spend a lot of money on Japan, and we've had that kind of a relationship. So I expect, I'm not surprised that they would step up. We don't need much. We don't need anything. I mean, honestly, we don't need anything from Japan or from anyone else, but I think it's appropriate that people step up. In the case of Japan, I hear they get more than 90% of their oil through the strait. Yeah. So that's a big reason to step up. I mean, we've demolished, that country is close to demolished. The only thing is the strait. It's very hard. You could take two people and they could drop little bombs in the water and they're holding things up. We don't want that to happen. But honestly, Japan, China, Europe, parts of Europe, get a lot of their oil through the Strait. We get none, practically. We're less than 1%. We don't have to be any percent. We don't even, I think we do it just to be nice. But we, think of it, we don't use the Strait. We're defending the Strait for everybody else. And then in the case of NATO, they don't want to help us defend the Strait, and they're the ones that need it. But now they're getting much nicer because they're seeing my attitude. They're getting much nicer. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's too late. You know, UK wants to send aircraft carriers now. And I said, I want the aircraft carriers before the war. I don't want them after the war is won. They want to send me aircraft carriers after the war is. There's practically nobody to shoot at them. You know, their missile count is down, Pete. Maybe you could discuss it by about 90-something%. The drones are way down, and the factories are being demolished. Maybe.
Yes, sir. Our missiles being shot are down over 90% since the beginning. One-way attack drones down 90% since the beginning, which is a reflection of overwhelming firepower. But you mentioned the most important part, Mr. President, their defense industrial base. If you can't make more of it in the future, then you have a limited supply. And so we're going after all of their defense contractors that make all of their exquisite weapons and ensuring that even if they wanted to rebuild more launchers or more missiles, they couldn't in the future. And that's a level of devastation for their military that they've never seen before.
So we have, in literally 2 weeks, we've demolished their Navy, their Air Force. All technology is gone. All communication is gone. And all of the leaders are gone. Other than that, they're doing quite well. Okay, how about one more question for the Prime Minister? Let me pick a beautiful-looking person from Japan. A question for the Prime Minister. Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. Sure. Oh, he doesn't believe he's beautiful.
Oh.
He sounded shy.
With Japanese people, of course, no, Japan and US are very good friends. But one question: why didn't you tell US allies in Europe and Asia, like Japan, about the war before attacking Iran? So we are very confused about we Japanese citizens.
Well, one thing, you don't want to signal too much. You know, when we go in, we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Okay? Right? You know, he's asking me, no, you believe in surprise, I think much more so than us. And we had to surprise him, and we did. And because of that surprise, we knocked out, the first 2 days, we probably knocked out 50% of what we, and much more than we anticipated doing. So if I go and tell everybody about it, there's no longer a surprise, right? Okay, one more for the Prime Minister.
Mr. President.
Are you good for the Prime Minister?
Yes, and
go ahead for the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Japan's DJ Press. Japan's biggest concern is China. Now they're giving us export control and very harsh terms to criticize us. So could you plan? Will you plan to bring out relationship between Japan and China while you're there?
Yeah. Well, I'll be going to China very quickly, but I think I'd really like to have the Prime Minister talk about China because I know they have a little bit of an edgy relationship, and I'd just like to know where it stands, how you're doing with China. So, please.
で、日本はいつも中国に対してオープンです。会話はオープンにしています。それから冷静に対応しています。で、とにかく米中関係も含めてですね、これが地域の安定、それから世界のサプライチェーン、これに貢献するものであることを願っています。日本は常にオープンです。
So first of all, Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China. And also, second, we have been addressing our relations with China in a calm manner. And also, speaking of the U.S.-China relationship, my sincere hope is that the relationship will be something conducive for regional security and also ensuring the global supply chain in the world. Once again, I would like to reiterate that Japan has been consistently open to dialogue with China.
And I think we're going to have a great trip. The trip has been postponed for about a month and a half. It's been reset, and we look forward to it. And I'll be speaking Japan's praises when I'm in China with President Xi. But we're going to have some good talks today, and I think mostly about trade, because they want to do a lot of trade. They're a tremendous purchaser of our energy, our oil, gas from, in particular, Alaska. Because Alaska, believe it or not, is very close. It's much closer than any other source. It seems a little cold compared to, but it's just a short trip.
So that's something that we will talk after the press corps leaves.
We'll be discussing trade, and a lot of the talk will be about energy. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, a couple things there at the end. Now, some talk about the Fed rate, which was left unchanged yesterday by Jerome Powell. He said a lot about that. He talked a little about what was going on in Iran, and talking about NATO being hostile at first, or maybe not hostile, but hesitant at first, but now are being much nicer. Don't know what that means yet, but I'm sure we're going to find out very soon. But two things happened there near the end, and a reporter asked, why didn't you contact your Japanese allies before attacking Iran? And he says, well, we were trying to surprise them. He said, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor before you did it? And I'm like, the Japanese prime minister is like, what do I say? And then on the last question, he's like, one more question for the Japanese prime minister. And they ask her a question, and then he immediately starts answering. And she just sits there quietly. She was actually looking at her watch before that last question. She's like, I think we got to get out of here. Yeah. Nah, it was funny, man. That's funny stuff. That's what we love about Trump. Anyway, I'll kind of recap what was said about Jerome Powell and the NATO stuff and the Iran stuff. Got a ton of stuff to talk about. And I told Damian we'll try to bring him back in later. He'll be around the building, so we'll tag him in a little bit later in the show. 205-545-9950 if you want to get in. It's the line, Talk 99.5.